This week on Spirit 52, we travel to Hartford, Arkansas, where the school district is being shut down at the end of this school year.
We've been Hartford Hustlers for years and years and years. People say they bleed maroon and gray.
I'm going to be a Hartford Hustler always.
The hardest part's going to be not being able to walk into that gym with the kids that I have right now.
I don't think it's fair at all.
This is Spirit 52, recapturing the real spirit of high school sports in Arkansas. Presented by Gatorade and First Security Bank, inspiring us all to what's possible.
Hartford Hustler Homecoming 2018, a bittersweet moment as the last homecoming for the school, which will close its doors for good after the school year ends in May.
It was great for the kids to come out and get a win in front of a full stands over there. It's nice to go out on a high note if you do have to go out.
The fact that we are losing large amounts of money due to decreased enrollment is the major factor that has done this. There's just not going to be enough enrollment to maintain a school here on our campus.
It'll hurt me knowing that kids in this area, they're not going to be able to be a hustler. Nowhere else is there hustlers. It's kind of like the Razorbacks. There's no other hustlers.
People are very passionate about this community and about this school. The reactions that I got mostly were ones of frustration.
Some students were angry, some of them were very emotional, and it was difficult for me as a principal. Senior students in that type of emotional distress.
There was a point where when they announced it, we were up at the school here, and there just wasn't a dry eye. I mean, everyone was just crying. It's just sad to see such a place that was so great kind of annex and consolidate and just kind of crumble.
We're probably, without doubt, the biggest employer in town. We're going to have a reduction in force. At this point, it hasn't been decided who those people are going to be. And we've already begun talking with some of the staff, letting them know that they are potentially going to be, one of those teachers that may have to look for a job.
And not only will the teachers be out of work, but the students will be merged into the Hackett School District nearby, their biggest and most hated rival.
Seeing it close, it's really upsetting, and seeing it combining with Hackett, that's another real upsetting thing because they were our biggest rivals in every sport. We love to hate the Hornets.
We're going to have to go to our ultimate rival for the last 50 or 60 years. It's hard in that sense.
Man, it's not fair to expect the kids to just seamlessly integrate into Hackett. I mean, it'd be one thing to consolidate with maybe somebody we don't have such a history with, but it's Hackett. It's the school we've been brought up to hate, to have a rivalry with.
Beating Hackett 22-20 on our football field out there. No better feeling. We celebrated, we cried. Hackett walked off the field without shaking our hands. Beating Hackett anything is just the best feeling you can get.
But can a town of less than 800 people keep its identity after the school goes away?
They have the school and a gas station. You lose the school, then people start moving out of the town, and the town just continues to shrink and shrink and shrink. There's no reason for people to stay around at this point. So I think it does lose a lot of its identity.
It'll hurt the town. It'll make it lose some of its identity. This is the big thing in the town. This is where people come on Thursday nights, Friday nights to see the teams playing. Now that's just not going to be a thing anymore. And seeing it go away, it makes me worry for the town that I love.
You have other schools in Arkansas that have consolidated, and those small towns, they just kind of fade away. Hopefully the town can retain who they are, but inevitably our past experiences with this have shown that they do kind of lose their identity.
Being a Hartford Hustler meant working with that small group of kids along with yourself to make something special happen for a town that doesn't see a whole lot of special things.
Being a hustler is a state of mind. It can't be contained by the walls of this school or the boundaries of this town.
We are hustlers for life. You understand me? That's a state of mind. It's a state of mind. It's who we are. It's who we are, and we're going to go put it on the floor tonight. You understand? Right here it is. It's going to be hustlers on 1, 3, 2, 1. Hustlers!
I hope you enjoyed this week's story brought to you by First Security Bank. Here's a sneak peek at next week's episode.
I think he's got a chance to be one of the best players in the state. And I've coached 5 All-Staters so far, and he's up there. I can, even as a sophomore.
I love the game of basketball. Ever since I was about 3 or 4, I started playing it.